Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, Mama Fox Studios. This is Missy and we are continuing to build our camp party by Cute Room. So our happy birthday party. So I just turned everything just to keep you on track where we're at. We've got our table. That is going to be too full, so we're not putting everything on there. The little display case, it does not, if you're doing the build, yours does not look like this. I had to create mine because mine was broke. A little cake. It's kind of growing on me. Here's our little picture frame. We did the chocolate cakes with cherries on top. Very cute. I'm loving, still, these are my absolute favorite so far. The strawberry cheesecake. They're still so freaking adorable. I'm loving them, and I really like my colorful lollipops. Now, if you're doing the build, you probably you may have 6 that you made out of pearls, which is perfectly elegant, and I actually like them. But I just wanted something a bit more colorful and fun to add to the room. So I did those, and then we did our 2 little display stands. So we've got those. So now we get the fun task of trying to create a flower, 2 flowers as a matter of fact. And I don't know how this is gonna go. So we're just gonna give it a shot, right? That's all we can do. And then I can say I fail and try something else. But so we need these 6 leaves, and then these 2. Now it's a circle, but then we're gonna cut the actual inner ring. So away we go, right? So I'm gonna cut everything out first before I try to wrap this thing up, because I just don't know. This is, I think, my 3rd build today. I got excited making all those little desserts. I love making the desserts, which is funny because like the witch magic rooms are kind of, and libraries are my favorite. But I think, and they kind of tie, because if I had a magical library, that'd be the bomb. Which I've done a couple of those. So but I think the food is like my 2nd favorite. I guess it would technically be my 3rd, but I do like them. And I gotta say, out of everything, why I bought a kit that's a greenhouse, I don't know, because flowers are my least favorite thing. Flowers and plants are my least favorite thing to build. So that's why. And my first on my own build in a couple months, I'm gonna do the haunted house. No flowers are allowed. Unless they're dead. Maybe some dead flowers, I don't know. Okay, I think I'm going to use my blade for in here, because I'm just worried about cutting too much and having it cut off the whole section. So when I do rounds on my blade, I just take my time, move my blade a little bit, and then I move my paper. So it's kind of a combined effort. Oh, okay, we gotta hold this down tight as we're cutting against it, because once you get like in the second ring, it wants to pull apart. So maybe littler cuts. Ooh, yeah. And it's getting closer to the center, which is oddly harder to hold because there's not as much room on one side versus if you're on the outside, the opposite is a whole bunch of room. Come on, don't. Because it's that center bit I need to hold down, and I'm afraid to cut my finger. Almost, last little turn here. Okay. So then we have a spiral. Let me make sure it's cut all the way through. Yep, all the way through. Okay. Same thing on this one. Oh, okay. Nope, I missed a curve there on the outside. I thought, well, where did my line start? Because that was not correctly cut. Okay. Trying to make sure I stayed on screen because you do kind of walk across your mat when you do the turn the paper method when you're twisting. So and you guys know how I feel. Like, I'm going to show you everything I do, and if you don't want to watch me cut out numerous of the same pieces, I get it. Just, you know, fast forward, watch it on a faster speed, whatever works for you. It won't hurt my feelings. All the way through. Okay. Now I'm going to get these little leaves. So I'd rather cut everything out in the beginning. So I don't have to twist my paper back and forth, I'm going to do all one side of each leaf. I cut a little bit extra of that off, but okay. And then I'm gonna turn it upside down and cut up the other side. Yeah, this one's getting a little deformed. I didn't have anything to hold on to, and I couldn't see where I was cutting. So therefore I shouldn't have cut, but I did, and whoops, it'll go on the bottom. Let go. Oh yes, these are the ones that are green on both sides. Good, good. Now they are different green because on the front they have like the little veins on them, and then the green of the back does not, but they are at least still green. So if you accidentally get one turned about, it's not like you're going to be glaringly like, oh, that's the wrong side, because it's white, you know. Okay, last two little leaves here. Okay, now we need two more, A1-15-1 and A1-15-2. Alrighty, these little bitty ones here, and then we're also going to take out A1-14. Because this is so small, I'm just going to go ahead and do it with my blade. The blue bits are going to be our little pot. You leaves stay over there. I'm going to go ahead and cut my lines on the little postcard thingies. My dad must be closing the garage door. My dog thinks it's a game every night and every morning when he opens it. She's never seen a garage door before that, so she doesn't know what to do. And if he doesn't hold her back, she'll run to it, and it triggers the safety thing, and it just opens back up. And I guess she thinks it's funny. I'm not quite sure, but she will do it every night. I did not cut that bottom line very good. I'm going to have to trim that up. There. That's better. just gotta say, these are itty bitty 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 bitty. Not quite sure exactly like what they are. They kind of look like pictures, but kind of look like postcards. I don't know how much you can see those, how little they are, but I'm gonna just call them postcards. So those are gonna go on one of our display stands. I'm not sure. They're supposed to go on the tall one, on the tall white one that we just made. This one here, it's supposed to go on there, but we are rearranging some things, so we're gonna wait to the end. Okay, so this has the dark blue. We're gonna put the glue on that, and oh my goodness, just like all the other ones we've been making. We've been doing a lot of these. I do use Aleene's Original Tacky Glue. It's just in a squeeze bottle, a little bit watered down slightly, with a precision tip, because I'm messy. And we want to get as close to that dark blue line that we can, because that's where the lid hopefully will fit. And that wasn't it. There we go. Oh, you moved a little bit. There we go. Okay. Okay, let's get that tacky a little bit. One edge had like a slight bit of a brown. It was really hard to see. Supposed to go on the bottom. And then we're just gonna set that right on top of our little circle that we cut out. So I'll put a little bit of glue on the bottom of this. It's close, not perfect, but it's close. So I'm just gonna make sure the bottom doesn't sink in. Okay, so we'll set that down to dry. Now, okay. Now these things are really, really upsetting me because they are tight together. Why are they not holding anything? And before I say because they're cheap, I know, but I did get a two really nice pairs, and I have filed them so much that they don't even touch anymore, because that's how I get the dried glue off. And plus they get rough and stuff, so. Maybe I'll give those a try. I like the slanted ones. I don't need that. Yeah. Just what I thought. Okay, so what we're supposed to do is glue. Wait, what? Roll from the red part. I don't know what that means. So it wants us to glue like all on top of, on the inside edge. So like on top, but closer to that inside bit, all the way around. And then we're supposed to like, I'm gonna try this without glue because I don't understand. From the inside? We're supposed to roll it. I feel like I'm just gonna break it. And how am I supposed to do this with all that glue on there? Oh my goodness. Okay, so in the center on the bottom, if I can show you guys, I don't know. There's a little bit of a circle, like you can see on here when it's flat. See in the center, there's a little bit more of a circle. So I'm thinking that that's supposed to be our center. And then even though this isn't circular, we're supposed to like do it kind of on top of each other. So instead of side by side, it needs to be slightly on top, which the next one is tall, is longer, so it's going to make it kind of lift up a little bit. Okay, I'm obviously not understanding. Do we? I really want to do these because I've never done this before, but I don't. I'm just not grasping it because their pictures are really crappy. Yeah, so that's the center. Just kind of deconstructing it carefully so that I can get to the center. Okay, I did kind of tuck that center, but I tucked it on top and I wanted to tuck it on bottom. So I kind of crinkled it there. But it went on top. So if I put a little bit of glue right in that center circle, right? And then kind of, kind of, which way was I holding it now? I'm gonna try to tuck that little circle underneath the lip of the next ring. Maybe upside down would be easier because then I can see what I'm doing and not be working through 3 layers of rings. Can you just get out of my way, please? want you. If I had some freaking tweezers that worked, oh my God, these are pissing me off. Okay, well, I'm gonna give it a shot. I don't know if this is gonna work, and I'm just gonna do a little bit at a time. And I'm working from underneath because I can see where I'm at, whereas if I'm working from the top down, I can't really see. So instead of putting it on the top of here, I'm putting it underneath here, which is where the top would touch it. And instead of rolling it up, we're going to roll it down. Yeah, maybe. Oh my goodness. Who thought of this? If this looks like absolute crap when I'm done, because I can't see what I'm doing, we're improvising, and we will we will not be doing the second one. We will be I don't know what we're gonna do. We'll be moving on from this for a few minutes is what we're gonna do. Now I'm trying to get it to glue onto there without totally smashing it, right? Because we kind of want it to, thank you so much, because we kind of want it to lift. I mean, worst case, if it's totally flat but it's all connected, then I can just like manhandle it into the right shape, maybe. So I'm putting just like maybe a half of that width onto the lower level. Or it's what I'm attempting to do. Okay, fold the other way. I don't want you to fold towards me, I want you to fold away from me. And it seems like the wider you get, you do need that little bit of a fold to the base. Otherwise it kind of won't go in far enough. So you need a little bit of a concaveness to it. Guys, this looks like crap. This looks nothing. That is not the same, because there's not even enough circles to make that. They are BSing me, and now I'm not happy. There's no way that the material they gave us made the flower that they told us to make. It's impossible. Look at this, you guys. There's literally 1, 2, so start here. Go 1, 2, 3, and a circle. So maybe a fourth, if you will count the center a fourth. There's 4 circles, right? Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? Look how many circle layers that has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A minimum of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and these will not get tight enough to make 2 circles each. There's no way. If there is, I don't know how to do it. I see, and this looks like crap. Telling you, it's not that I hate flowers, it's just that I've never really had a good directions on flowers. Like, this is how they always are. They tell you, they give you the material, they tell you to do this, this, and this. Their flowers, my flowers, never look like theirs. And it's because they're cheating. They are cheating. They are giving me material, showing me the correct material, and then showing me completely different flower outcome. Because look how bad. Even if I try to, like, it looks more like a plate versus a flower. Look at that. Okay, either I've done it 100% wrong, which, I mean, that is a possibility. I'm not saying it's not, because I suck at flowers and their directions suck. But that is not the same. I just don't know how it possibly can be. So, I'll tell you what. We're not doing this. This is going in the trash. Garbage. Yeah, I'm never going to do that again. But what I am going to do is try to get glue off of my brand new tweezers again. So they kind of put the bigger ones oh my goodness. Really? These are brand new tweezers. Why are they doing this? They kind of bend them. You know what, guys? Time out. Where are we at, time-wise? Okay, we're just over halfway. We're gonna put a pin in this. Because I'm not doing these flowers. I have an idea of some flowers I've done in the past that I think will work, but I'm not doing them tonight. It is 9:30 and 9:40, and it's just too much for my brain right now. And are we really using those leaves? I don't know. We're gonna see. So let's do but let's not cut it too short, like, right? Like, I could just cut it here. I've done that in the past. But I want to get these pillows made. We're going to make 2 pillows because then they can dry overnight. So, if you've seen me make pillows before, you know I love using these. They're just little clamps I got at the Dollar Tree. I love them because they are nice and crisp. They make nice crisp lines in those, and I love that. So, and I like the way they're doing it. So before, I would have taken one piece, folded it in half, and then you have 2 seams to glue. You leave the opening to stuff, and then you have another seam. This one I learned like 2 builds ago, and I love it. You make it in a circle, and then you only have 1 seam to close. You stuff it, and you have a second seam. Voila! That's the way I like to do them. So we're gonna do it that way. So we need and yes, I could do my books, but yeah, I want my pillows to dry. So let's do the pillows. Right, so we need the yellow and the blue materials. I'm gonna make 1 of each. and I had a comment from somebody on what they used to make it stop fraying, and I'm sorry, I forgot what it was, and I didn't have time to look it up. I need to go back and see that comment and see what it was. It's something I had never heard of, so I gotta research what that is. So thank you for that. I don't remember the name. Sorry, but thank you so much. Okay, cut out according to the template, A10, where that's A11. Okay, this is A10 and this is A9, so, oh, A9 and A10. Remember we had this blue cut out from here. It was the whole gray, but I decided not to cut this out at the time because I didn't want to lose it. And that way I could save all this material. You know, I could make it a bit, save a bit more for my stash, because that's a nice blue, like nice blanket pillow kind of material. Oh wait, 9 is the yellow. Wait, A9. Yeah, A9 is the yellow, and this is A10. And is it, I hate when they give me a box inside of a box. Sorry, I'm just cutting these out real quick. I know I'm not on camera, but I'm just cutting this out, and I don't think it's the outside box because there's an inside box. They sometimes confuse me, so I go with the inside, I guess. So that's it for that template now. So that's done. So now see how we would have had almost none of this left if we had cut it according to their template. That's why I did this separate. So okay, I'm gonna try this again. Now I heard hold it like a fork instead of a pin. So I would hold it like, I was holding it like this, like a, no wait, I was holding it like this, like a pin, right? Well, that's how I hold my fork. Wait, what way was it? Now I'm confused. I just confused myself. I had it, now I confused myself. It was the same wonderful person that told me about the stuff to not make your material fray, and now I went and messed it up. Was it hold it like a fork instead of a pin? So how do I hold a pin? Like this. Was I holding it like this? Okay, and how do I hold a fork? Not like that. Don't caveman it. I'm holding this so my brain is not transitioning to a fork. I feel stupid right now. I can't think of how you hold a fork. This is like pretty much the right height, so I'm just gonna go ahead and give that a zip up. I guess that's not how you hold a fork, huh? How stupid do I feel right now? Very, very stupid. Because you know what I'm gonna do when I get done, right? I'm gonna go in the kitchen and I'm gonna open the drawer and I'm gonna pick up a fork and I'm gonna go, duh, Missy, duh. I'm telling you, it's exactly what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna put this on this corner over here because it's a bit straighter, and I'm not actually going to, because they're pillows, I don't feel like they need to be exact. So well, except for my corner, because I'm always sucky at corners, right? That cut much better. Is that how you hold a fork? That's how you hold a fork. Well, right? Yeah. I'm gonna stop now. Oh my God, I feel stupid. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm wondering how, these don't seem to be, I say that in a phrase. So normally I would just do, like I said, I would fold it in half. I would glue these two sides together, leave this open till they're dry. Till they're dry is the key part. Then stuff this with the batting and then close this. But I much prefer to roll them and just seal that side. I mean, there's technically still 3 sides to seal, but I think they just look, oh, so yeah, so that's the same, but I think they look better. I don't know why. And then you seal this side, and then you stuff it from here and you seal that. Now then they pinch in the sides. So I'm gonna do it this way. Oh, there. No, it's long ways. Never mind. I'm overthinking it now, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna put my A-lanes along one edge of the short side. Then I'm going to fold this in, and then we're going to pull this just over that line. And I'm going to make sure that they're even on the edges, so they're even across. This material glues up very nicely. Just had a tiny bit of an overlay, probably because I cut a little crooked. I wasn't like super precise, so just those little corners, which really don't matter because we're going to close them anyways. So now I don't want to clamp these because I don't want this center to be stiff, right? I want it to be rounded. So I'm going to put that in the center. I'm going to keep it in the center because I don't want the seam, the side, to have a weak spot where the seam is. So I'll keep that seam in the center, and I'm going to just flatten one edge and put my glue right on the inside lip. Now make sure you get it in the corners too. When I first started doing any pillows, I would always forget the corners and then get them glued and then go to put in my batting, and they would come out the corners. So now these are a bit wide, so it's going to take 2. Now if you're going to use these right at the tips, you want that. So first I'm going to kind of squish that down a little bit, okay, so you can see. But now I'm going to just put these right on the edge. And like I said, this is wider, so it is going to take 2. Whoop. I'm going to try to center them and get them as close to the same height up as I can, because that is going to create a nice crisp edge, and I want them straight. So I know they don't meet in the middle, but that's because this here, if I were to touch them in the middle, they would be crooked. And I did that on one, and I mean, that's fine, but I just didn't want to do that this time. I wanted to be as straight as I can be. Okay, so now I'm going to let this sit overnight, since it's night. Now you can just probably let this sit for a little while. I don't know, maybe an hour or so. I don't know how long, depends on your glue. I've learned though, the longer you can let them sit, so like that's why I want to do it tonight, so I can let them sit all night. Because when you go to stuff batting in here, if this is not quite all the way dry, you're going to pop through it, or you're not going to be able to fill. I've had so many underfilled pillows because I was afraid to pop a seam. So that way you can go ahead and put more, and I'm going to fill these pillows up. I am. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on this one. So and then put this, I mean, roughly in the middle. It doesn't have to be in the middle, just kind of where I'm going with it. And again, I don't want to overlap too much, but I definitely want that seam to hold. Oh, that material glued up good too. I've had material that no matter how, like, if I were to let go, as soon as I did on either of these, they would have come flopping undone. I like these materials. Very nice. Just making sure I'm good and tight. Again, just got those little bit of corners. Probably won't hurt nothing, but you know. And then, same thing, I'm gonna leave that seam in the middle. Actually, now that I thought about that seam, I'm going to turn that seam up. And what can I set something? I'm just gonna set something kind of heavy on it. I just wanna give it some time. Right, so with this seam in the middle here, it's kind of hard to see because of the blue. I'm gonna again just glue right on the inside ledge, making sure I get my corners all the way across. Oh, you were in too far. I couldn't see. I was squirting glue that whole time. I thought I wasn't getting any. Okay. So we overglued this side just a bit. That's okay. When I'm done, I'm going to find out what that material, that stuff is that person uses to make her material not fray. Okay, now I'm going to again just right on the edge, because I don't want a huge seam. Now the farther in you go, the bigger seam you will have. I just want it on my edges. I don't want a very big seam at all. This one is a little bit narrower, so I don't need as close because I want them straight. And it's those buttons in the middle, those little things that stop it from going side by side. And then and oh, one last thing I will do, this is gonna be a little bit shorter. I've been running over on the videos. This is gonna be a little bit shorter. There's this kind of faux fur. Now trust me, I've had better fur that I've worked with, and this is gonna fall apart. I'm not gonna pick. Oh yes I am. Oh, this is gonna drive me bonkers, huh? There's like chunks on the edges that are sticking out. I don't like. Okay, and it says A11 cut out according to A11 template. Oh, we had that, right? That's this last one here, A11-1. So I'm pretty sure it's that inside one. So and these are the insides for my books. Which we're making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thinking I could possibly do them. Okay, I'm gonna cut this down at least on the short sides to size because I want to see It is wide enough. Okay. So then I'm going to leave it the width, the same width, slightly over, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it. And then I'm just going to cut a chunk off. And it has rounded corners, so we'll try to... Can you even round the corners on these? I am a little bit wonky right there in the middle. This is supposed to be like a throw blanket that's going to sit underneath the pillows. Seems more like a floor mat to me, but okay. This is crappy material. I'm sorry guys, it just keeps coming undone. I'm gonna stop now because otherwise I'm just gonna keep trimming and trimming and trimming because it just keeps coming undone. I know, look at all this fluff I have. All over the place. Oh hey, don't. Oh, I lost our little thing with our leaves. I almost knocked it over. Okay, get rid of all this. So this is gonna sit in our right here on just on the window seat. Our two pillows are going to go there, and our two pillars are going to go here. So it's going to look something like that, but we will, oh, am I even in? Sorry guys, okay. It's going to look something like that. We'll work more on it when we get the pillows done, which maybe next video. Well, we'll definitely stuff them and glue the second side on the next video, right? And if we do that in the beginning, they may be done at the end. So then we're gonna do, okay, so next time is a bit more cutting. Get ready guys, because we're gonna cut some stuff next time. We're gonna do our books. So we have to cut these. These are our pages. And then here we have our book covers. So we'll put those around the pages. And then we're going to make a box or an envelope kind of thing, a party hat, our second frame, another box, and then we're going to string some beads, and then we're going to do some more cutting of paper around wood and do our other little display cabinets. And then we've got some decorative paintings. Fold in half. Okay, that's cloud. I don't know what that is. We're gonna make our own easel for it says billboard, for the little sign. That's gonna be interesting. I've never even seen something like this, so that's gonna be interesting. We're gonna follow step by step on those bends, which we'll do. Then we're gonna make the little car, and then our balloons, and then we're gonna wire our second light. So we're getting there, but hold on, we're gonna do some cutting next time. Cutting and gluing, right? All right, guys, well, thank you so much. Yeah, I could do books tonight, but I just don't. Yeah, no, I'm done. I had a great day today. Went to lunch with my son and his dad, my ex-husband, who we're still like very, very best friends. And my mom and dad, we all went to dinner. So yeah, I'm gonna just, and I'm already came home, got into jammies. I'm good to go. So I'm gonna call it a night. But thank you guys all so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. Oh, and let me just say, if you know how to make those flowers, does somebody have a tutorial? Like, I haven't looked and see if anybody's done this video yet. Maybe I should, just for those flowers, because even though I'm not using them, even if I knew how to do it now, I'm not using them. They done pissed me off, because that's not their end result in the picture book. So I'm just saying, like, nope. But that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna start tomorrow. We're gonna do the rest of our pillows and our flowers, and then we'll get to our books. Let's shoot for that, right guys? All right, well, I hope to see you on the next build. Bye.